Hey everyone, it's your girl Layla. Welcome back to my channel. Okay guys, so this is my first time filming here in my new filming setup. I have basically downtown Calgary behind me as a view. I think it looks really cool. I don't know how the lighting is going to be or the sound because we don't really have a lot of furniture in here right now, so it might be a little bit echoey, but I'm hoping for the best. I'm going to try to not talk so much in this intro because some of you just don't care, to be honest. But welcome to another year of Spooktober on my channel. I am so excited to do this for you guys again. I think this is my 7th year in a row. I started back in 2018, so this is my 7th season of Spooktober, I believe, which is absolutely insane. I've been exploring these haunted places and these ghost towns for you guys for the past 7 years, and it's just been so fun, and I'm really excited to start this again. I really hope you guys like my new intro as well. And like every other Spooktober, I'm going to be doing these types of videos every Wednesday for the month of October. You guys are going to be getting something spooky. So let's get right into it. If you guys like this type of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. I have a huge playlist on my channel of Spooktober content from years past that you guys can catch up on as well. So I'll try to leave that in the description box below. But yeah, I upload 3 times a week, Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday. So make sure you help out the channel and click that subscribe button. I'm almost at 7K, which is so exciting. So let's get right into this one. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a ghost town in Alberta called Wayne. Wayne is a ghost town located near Drumheller, Alberta. And this was a booming and thriving coal mining town in its heyday. I have talked about plenty of ghost towns during my Spooktober series over the past 7 years, and this is a very common theme with ghost towns. Usually they have a particular industry. Mostly in the area that I live in Alberta, it's mostly coal, so usually these towns have a very thriving industry, coal mining industry, and the Great Depression happened. They started closing mines, and then slowly the town started to dwindle into nothing. And that is exactly the fate of Wayne, Alberta. During its boom days, Wayne had a population of over 10,000 residents, and today only 28 people reside there. Wayne is filled with abandoned buildings, of course, mining paraphernalia, as well as the Rosedeer Hotel and the Last Chance Saloon, which is said to be haunted. Wayne is famous for its 11 bridges. The valley that it's in crosses over the Rosebud River up to 11 times. So there are varying types of bridges. I'm sure they've rebuilt some of them because a lot of them were probably unsafe. From the research that I did on Wayne, apparently the roads were really bad back in the day. So this town is basically carved like a moon. So it crisscrosses the Rosedeer River and it's kind of like a moon shape. So many of the bridges are older. They feature wooden plank boards as where the car goes over. So to this day, Wayne holds the Guinness Book of World Records for the most bridges in such a small distance. So it has 11 bridges that go through the entire town. They're all numbered as well. Like I mentioned, Wayne was once a thriving coal mining town. Wayne opened its first coal mine in 1912. By 1937, the coal mines started closing down, and this happened with multiple towns around the area. I did a full video on one of the mines that are nearby, actually, that's also haunted. So if you guys want to check that out, I believe I did that one for last year, the year before. I have that in my Spooktober playlist as well. And East Cooley is another one, Atlas Coal Mine, Star Mine, which there's still a suspension bridge there that is definitely a major tourist attraction for Drumheller. That one takes you across the river into their coal mine, but the coal mine's actually closed off to the public, super dangerous. There's signs everywhere saying to not enter, so that one I can definitely not go to. But basically there was many coal mines in this valley, and they've all since shut down. So around 1932, the coal mines started shutting down, the industry was failing, and by 1957, the very last coal mine shut down here in Wayne. And during that time, Wayne was home to multiple churches, hospitals, schools. This one was a very thriving town, and it's just insane to see it right now in 2024, present day. It is definitely a shell of what it once used to be. So today, one of the last remaining structures from Wayne's heyday is the Last Chance Saloon and Rosedeer Hotel, as well as some abandoned buildings, I'm sure, from back then. But the main attraction of this town is, of course, the saloon and the hotel, because it definitely has a really colorful history. It was actually featured in Jackie Chan's movie Shanghai Noon. It definitely looks like something fresh out of the Wild West, and that's how this town was. It was a rough coal mining town back in the day with a lot of history, which I will get into. But if you visit Wayne today, definitely go to the Last Chance Saloon and try out their amazing barbecue. They have amazing food. I've been there twice already. It does kind of take a long time to get served, but they're always so busy there because the food is really good. So I've taken my aunt there, I've taken Andy there. It is an amazing place, and it has a lot of really cool artifacts from back in the day, as well as some taxidermied animals. If that's something that you're into, definitely check out all of their artifacts that they have to offer. Also, you can stay at the Rosedeer Hotel if that's something that you want to do. They do have themed rooms such as the Titanic room and a golf themed room, as well as multiple biker themed rooms. This hotel remains one of Alberta's oldest hotel structures that are still up to this day. This hotel affectionately has the nickname Bucket of Blood. Isn't that crazy? Bucket of Blood. Would you want to visit the Bucket of Blood? Wayne was a really rough western town, like I mentioned earlier. It had really just hard to navigate roads back in the day. I heard that they were very unsafe, and police actually didn't really like going into the town to stop fights and brawls and that sort of thing. They preferred to stay away because there was a chance that they wouldn't return to their dispatch location alive because of how dangerous this valley was. So the Rosedeer Hotel was built by the Rosedeer Mining Company. They built this hotel because they wanted a place to house the miners and different people that worked in the mine, basically. To this day, there's still 3 bullet holes that can be spotted in the Last Chance Saloon, and this basically happened because there was an altercation between the bartender and some guests that were there. They refused to pay their bill, so the bartender shot 3 bullet holes above their head, and this can still be seen today just above the piano. Bucket of Blood was definitely a rough place to be back in the day. So now, just to reiterate how rough this western town was, most of the miners actually supported the Communist Party, and this town had many KKK members. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe. Now, lastly, let's talk about the hauntings. So the Rosedeer Hotel and Last Chance Saloon are said to be extremely haunted and filled with many ghosts. The 3rd floor of the hotel has been closed off, and it's been closed off to guests for quite a while because this is where a murder took place, a double homicide to be exact, and the victims were Russian and Ukrainian to be exact. These two worked in the mines, and they wanted to form a union, like a workers' union, because they were working in very unsafe conditions, so they wanted it to be a little bit better for the rest of their workers. The owners of the mine were not happy with this, of course, because, you know, it's added costs and all of that, so they hired KKK members to unalive these two on the 3rd floor of the Rosedeer Hotel. They are believed to be haunting the 3rd floor of the Rosedeer Hotel to this day. And people that have ventured up into the 3rd floor, I guess workers and staff and that sort of thing, people that were allowed to go up there, they've all reported to feel a dark presence surrounding them when they're on the 3rd floor. Now, the most common paranormal experience that staff have reported, bartenders and barmaids specifically, is hearing their names called. And other people in the bar, customers and all that, can attest to this as well because they've heard it as well. And the voices are said to come from dark corners where there's nobody even there. The owner of the Rosedeer Hotel and Last Chance Saloon has also experienced paranormal activity throughout his years here. And the most common thing for him is smelling pipe smoke in the pool and billiards area where there's no explanation because the room is completely empty. Now, this particular thing actually reminded me of the video I did for the Dean house. That was actually something that happened there as well. You could smell pipe smoke coming from one of the rooms. He's heard unexplained footsteps throughout the hotel as well as breathing down his neck. And one time he even saw a woman at the corner of his eye looking at him, and then when he fully turned his head, there was nothing there. Staff has also reported the sound of furniture moving around when there was no one else around, like really loud noises, footsteps, as well as furniture being moved. Now, guests themselves that have stayed at the hotel have had their own experiences. So there was actually some photos that were posted at the bar of the Last Chance Saloon of photos guests have taken during their stay at the Rosedeer Hotel, and many of them featured orbs. So this actually reminds me of one of my ghost town tours, and I had my DSLR camera with me at the time, and I was taking photos of the town. This was also in Alberta. It was also an abandoned town. I'll definitely leave that one linked maybe as the pinned comment below so you guys can see it for yourselves, because I also had a very similar experience photographing a ghost town with my DSLR, and I was not expecting to see orbs, but there was definitely orbs in the air. So I guess this is something that's common and something that happens. Other paranormal experiences that have been reported by staff is lights turning off and on and bourbon bottles falling off of the shelf and onto the floor. So if you are into anything paranormal, you want to visit a ghost town, and you live in Alberta, Wayne is definitely a must stop. It's definitely one of those great summer road trip experiences, but the winter would even be really cool as well because there would be a lot less people there. This place gets so busy in the summer months. I feel like everyone comes here, and I didn't expect it to be like that. I knew that a lot of bikers stopped at the saloon because it's just a cool experience all around, and it's a great road trip for if you are on a motorcycle. It would be a really cool experience, but I didn't realize how many people actually went to this spot. one day I will get a hotel room and stay in the Rosedeer Hotel and see if I have any paranormal experiences. But yeah, that is all for this one. I do hope you guys enjoyed my first episode of Spooktober for 2024. I will see you guys next week with a new video. That one is going to be exciting as well. It's going to be creepy things that I've found in the mountains myself. So yeah, that is it for this one. If you guys are not already subscribed, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button below. I upload 3 times a week, Sunday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye.